She used her looks, her charm, her sex appeal to scam men out of their money, and for a while, it worked perfectly, until one night, she picked the wrong target. At a club, Jess approaches a man named Nicky. She uses her natural charm to pull him in, hoping to steal his money, just like she's done hundreds of times before. Jess is hard to resist, so it only takes a moment before she brings Nicky back to a hotel room, just as things start heating up. Jess's associate suddenly bursts in, pretending to be a jealous husband, ready to kill Nicky for sleeping with his wife. But there's one thing they didn't know about Nicky. He's a much bigger shark in this game, a true con artist, who figures it out instantly. He calmly points out every mistake they made, then gives them a few tips on how it's actually done before walking away. Later, Nicky catches up with Jess and invites her to dinner. He sees potential in her. During the dinner, he starts giving her advice about the con artist game. He admits that scamming runs in his family for decades, even telling her a story about how his father once had to shoot his grandfather just to make a con look real. Jess opens up, admitting she's not a professional, just a girl trying to take care of herself. She's impressed by Nicky's skills and advice, so much that she even offers to pay him, just to teach her. Nicky agrees, but then quietly steals a few items from her, without her noticing, just to prove a point. He distracts her enough to grab her ass, showing her how important focus is, because she didn't even feel his hand there. Months have passed. Nicky and Jess are now at an American football game, but Nicky isn't watching the field. His attention is locked on the crowd. He notices an attractive woman getting up and walking away, so he makes a small bet with Jess, guessing how many people will turn around to look at her. A man nearby, Leon, overhears them and asks to join. Nicky agrees. They set the bet at $10 and start counting. By the time the woman leaves the stands, 7 people turn around. Jess guessed closest. Leon pays without hesitation and immediately suggests another round. This time, they bet on who will commit the next foul. Nicky raises it to $1,000. The whistle blows. A foul is called, and Nicky wins, pocketing the cash, even after losing. Leon only gets more excited. He pushes for a $5,000 bet, predicting the next play. Run or pass. Leon chooses run, and the player runs with the ball. Nicky loses $5,000, but Leon isn't done, then pushes for a $10,000 bet. Now they bet on whether the next pass will be successful. Nicky predicts it will, but the ball gets intercepted. As Nicky pulls out the money, he looks tense, frustrated, trying to win it back. He raises the stakes to $50,000, but luck isn't on his side. He loses again. Jess begs him to stop. Without thinking, he throws down a massive $100,000 bet. Now the bet is simple. The next pass will be intercepted, but it isn't. The pass goes through, but Nicky isn't done. He says he still has 1.1 million left and wants one final game, a simple one. Highest card wins. Leon, already on a streak. He draws first, a 5. Nicky now needs anything higher. He flips his card. It's a 3. Jess nearly collapses. Leon laughs, calling himself the master. Nicky's anger explodes again. He offers one last bet, double or nothing, $2 million on the line. This time, the challenge is different. Leon picks any random player on the field. If Nicky guesses that player's jersey number, he wins. Leon is suspicious. It sounds impossible, like mind reading. So Nicky raises the stakes. He won't even guess. Jess will. Nicky looks at her and tells her to focus. Just look at the field and pick a number, the one that feels right or familiar. Leon picks a player using his binoculars. Jess takes them and scans the field. Jersey numbers are everywhere, and she starts to feel overwhelmed. Suddenly, she spots a familiar face and remembers Nicky's words. She sees their friend Farhad wearing a jersey with the number 55. She says 55, and it's a perfect hit. Leon is stunned, but it doesn't matter now. They've won, and walk away with over $1 million in profit. In the car, Nicky finally explains everything. They had been tracking Leon for a long time. Leon is well known in high society for his gambling addiction. From the moment he stepped out of his hotel, he was surrounded by the number 55. It was on a security guard's lapel pin, on signboards along the way. They also showed him a photo of Farhad, planting a visual connection. So when Leon looked through the binoculars, his mind naturally drifted to number 55. Jess had no idea about the plan, making her reaction completely real. And now, she's genuinely impressed by Nicky's brilliance. A few months later, the couple is in New Orleans, where Nicky is putting together a new team. And this time, the task is actually a test to see if Jess is worthy of joining. Nicky sends her to a fair with one of his associates. She pretends to be a tourist asking for directions using a map, while her partner secretly steals a camera lens. Then another teammate bums into a man, while Jess swipes his wallet. Jess starts gaining confidence in her style, Using chopsticks, she lifts a wallet from a woman's bag so smoothly. She moves on to bigger targets, stealing expensive items one after another, and with every successful hit, Nicky's respect for her grows. Jess is then sent on a much bigger assignment, a high-tech fraud operation. Using special contact lenses, they can see other people's cards and easily win against them. The team also runs a credit card theft ring. Cards are stolen, passed to a teammate who copies the data using a device, then slip back into the victim's pocket. By the time anyone notices, their bank accounts are already empty. They even place fake ATM machines over real ones, then quietly removing the machines later to collect the data. They use the stolen credit cards to buy luxury items and sell the remaining data on the black market. The next day, Jess and Farhad are in a wealthy neighborhood. Their job is to create a scene. Farhad collapses. Jess screams for help. While everyone focuses on the chaos, the rest of the team robs the wealthy bystanders. They escape in a hidden ambulance. That night, the whole team gathers to celebrate. Nicky praises them for making $1.2 million in just 1 week. The next day, the team is supposed to disband. Documents are destroyed, evidence erased, and everyone is told their share will be wired to their accounts. Nicky personally hands Jess $80,000 in cash and says a final goodbye, but Jess is heartbroken. She truly started believing she was his girlfriend, while for Nicky, she was only part of the con. 3 years later, Nicky has a meeting with Garaga, the owner of a racing team. Garaga's research team has developed a new algorithm called XR, and they want to improve it to increase their chances of winning. The plan is simple. Nicky pretends to be their chief engineer, then stages a public fight with Garaga, so rival teams take the bait. Nicky will sell a fake version of EXR, while Garaga's team uses the real one. For this, Nicky gets €1 million, plus whatever he makes from selling the fake system. But Garaga's butler doesn't trust him. He warns Nicky, if anything goes wrong, he'll put a bullet in his chest. Nicky puts on a tuxedo and heads to a party, ready to start the con. The plan is to pick a fight in front of everyone. But everything falls apart when Jess walks in, wearing a stunning red dress. She goes straight to Garaga. Nicky freezes. He hasn't seen her in 3 years, and now she's with the man who hired him. Jess approaches him, calm and distant. She says she's no longer a thief, and what happened years ago doesn't matter. Garaga knows nothing about their past, and it needs to stay that way. That sets Nicky off. He downs a glass of vodka. No acting needed now. He's genuinely pissed. He starts a massive fight in front of everyone. Exactly what the rival teams want to see. Security throws him out. The next morning, Nicky meets the owner of the McLaren team. He offers them EXR for €3 million. They agree. After a successful track test, Nicky promises full delivery in 48 hours. Meanwhile, Jess runs into Farhad on the street. Nicky sent him. Farhad explains Nicky had no choice but to leave years ago, and that he still loves her. He gives her a box. Inside is the necklace she once liked. The gesture hits her. She says she can't trust Nicky, but her eyes say otherwise. On the day of the deal, Nicky delivers the software and gets paid €3 million, but Nicky is a risk taker. Instead of stopping there, he secretly sells the real software to every team, making millions each time. No one realizes until the race begins, and everyone has the same system. That night, instead of running, Nicky texts Jess, telling her to meet him so they can disappear together. He waits, but she doesn't show. Just as he's about to give up, Jess arrives, but their escape is cut off. He figured out Nicky sold the real software. Garaga is furious. He spent $40 million developing it, and now it's worthless. He demands to know how Nicky stole the real software. Nicky refuses, so Garaga starts suffocating Jess. Nicky breaks. He claims he used Jess, manipulated her feelings, got her to wear the necklace, which had a hidden chip. When Garaga accessed the system, Nicky used it to steal the data. Jess admits it. She was targeting his watch collection. Now Nicky is the one shocked. She was playing Garaga and trying to make Nicky jealous. Now they're both trapped. As Nicky starts to speak, the butler shoots him. Garaga panics and runs. Jess breaks down, hysterical, but then the butler tells her to relax. He's actually Nicky's man, his real father. The shot was precise, avoiding vital organs. He patches the wound, drains the blood, stabilizes him. Nicky opens his eyes. They grab the money and escape. In the end, the butler walks away with all the money, leaving Nicky with nothing. But on the way to the hospital, Nicky notices something. Jess is wearing Garaga's $200,000 watch. They look at each other and smile. With skills like theirs, they know one thing: they'll never go broke anywhere in the world, and that's where it ends. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video. Thanks for watching.